Good evening. One of my favorite things to do is to look out and see the smiling faces of graduates of Forsyth Tech. Welcome to the Forsyth Technical Community College 2020 graduation. I am President Janet Spriggs, and we are honored to share this important occasion with all of you. We're so happy to be here tonight with our astounding 2020 graduates. You have worked so very hard and through unprecedented circumstances, and you deserve a truly special commencement celebration. If you are standing, please remain standing. If you are not standing, please stand for the singing of our national anthem by one of our 2020 graduates, Michelle Shanks.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, those bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Great job. Thank you, Michelle. You may be seated. Distinguished guests, members of our Board of Trustees, graduates of the class of 2020, faculty and staff, and family and friends, once again, I extend a warm Forsyth Tech welcome to you, and I thank you for being here tonight for this special celebration and commencement ceremony. I tell people all the time that I have the best job in the world, and that I'm fortunate also to be here at Forsyth Tech, a community college that is in the business of hope and opportunity. For over 6 decades, we have influenced, educated, and enriched the lives of hundreds of thousands of citizens in our 2-county service area and within the greater Piedmont Triad region. Since 1960, when our college opened the doors as the Winston-Salem Forsyth County Industrial Education Center, we have been a catalyst for job preparation and economic and workforce development, and a major provider for transfer programs to universities. The community in our name is important to us. We are not just a college, we are your community college, and we take our mission seriously. We don't just come to work here every day to crank out a job. We come to work to do our best to make a difference in the lives of our students and our communities. Forsyth Tech is proud to meet our students where they are, empower them to dream and envision what their futures can be, and then to help them create pathways to their dreams. I believe our shared vision reflects our commitments to our students and our community. Forsyth Technical Community College is a catalyst for equitable economic mobility, empowering lives and transforming communities. Class of 2020, I believe that education is the best investment that anyone can make. We congratulate you on all your achievements, and we are confident that the investment you have made in earning your degree, diploma, or certificate will be both empowering and transformational, and that your time with us has and will improve your life and the lives of your family and our communities. At this time, we want to celebrate and recognize the extraordinary contributions that our past and present servicemen and women have made in protecting our country. If you are currently serving or have served in the armed forces, will you please stand at this time and receive our gratitude through our applause. While our graduates are certainly the most important people here tonight, we do have some other special individuals and groups that I would like to recognize at this time. I'm joined on the stage by our outstanding board chair, Ms. Ann Bennett Phillips, as well as our Vice President for Student Academic Success and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Jacob Surratt. And also on the stage with me tonight is Melissa Smith, who is one of our fantastic faculty here at Forsyth Tech. She was carrying in the mace and trying very carefully to get it in that stand. Thank you, Melissa. You did a great job. At this time, I'd like to welcome our board chair, Ann Bennett Phillips, to the podium.
I'm glad they didn't give me the job of carrying because I would have dropped it and probably hurt your foot. Well, it also gives me great pleasure to welcome everyone, family, support group, and certainly the graduates on this very special night. This is an exciting moment in your educational journey, and we're very pleased to be part of it. Many of you were first-generation college students, single parents, individuals working full or part-time, and attending college. A lot to juggle, and we know that. No matter what your situation is, it should be a very proud moment for you and your family tonight to have accomplished all that you have. And not only did you accomplish and you're getting your degrees tonight, but also you did it in the midst of a pandemic, one of the most challenging times. And we are here today because of your resilience and hard work. And I'd like to just take a moment to celebrate that. As I was preparing for a few remarks tonight, and I promise they won't be long because I'm going to turn that over to Dr. Spriggs, who is a much better and natural speaker, but I was reminded of a quote, and I'll share it. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. That's a quote from Walt Disney, and he had the dream and courage to think big. We all have a bit of Walt Disney in us. And tonight, I encourage all the graduates to think big and continue on your pathway to those dreams and never stop learning or dreaming. Workforce, continued education. You will have various pathways in front of you, and I encourage each of you to stretch yourselves, to continue to support others that have been in your footsteps in the community, and making a difference in not only your lives, the lives of your family, but the lives of your community. Because as Dr. Spriggs has said in my board service, there is no greater gift than giving back. And I am very proud to be part of the Forsyth Tech family, and I'm so happy to be welcoming you to the Forsyth Tech family of graduates and moving forward in your future. And it's exciting for all of us, and we share in it together. So with that, I am going to turn it over to Dr. Spriggs. She has been the president, as you know, of Forsyth Tech for the last 2.5 years, and also guided us wonderfully through some of the most difficult times in our college history. I can think of no greater person to give you the words of wisdom to move forward with, and her guidance as our president. So thank you.
So once again, hello everyone, hello graduates. As you all know, while this is not my first graduation, in fact, I think tonight is my 25th time, 25 years in higher education community colleges here in North Carolina, and 25 times being able to celebrate with community college graduations at a ceremony. When I graduated from high school, and even years later after I had finally completed my first degree, I did not know where life would take me. And at that time, I certainly didn't think that I would be up here in front of all of you, leading a community college and giving graduation speeches. And I certainly never imagined something like that was even a possibility for me, and especially not leading community college through COVID-19. I might have changed my mind had I known about that. I've only been here at Forsyth Tech for 2.5 years, but I've had the opportunity in that short time to engage with many students, with staff, with faculty, board members, community members, all the people that we love, serve, and care for. And so many of you already know a little bit about my story, but if you would indulge me for just a moment, I promise to be short, and I just want to briefly share with you a little bit about my story to illustrate the main points that I want to include in my graduation address to you today. First of all, let me say I promise to be brief for 2 reasons. First of all, and most importantly, the reason we are all here is to celebrate our graduates receiving their degrees, and that's what happens next. So I don't want to stand in the way of that. And secondly, because when I asked my dear sweet husband what he thought my graduation speech should be, he told me short. He said you would appreciate that. I just have 4 brief main points that I want to share with you tonight. 4 small bits of advice to offer you as you complete this part of your life's journey and as you start a new phase of that journey. So here they are. Work hard, stay humble, be kind, and make a difference. 4 simple, basic credos that guide my life and that I believe will help you find your purpose and help guide you to your dreams and help you live your best life. So first, work hard. I think you already know this one because you didn't make it here today without understanding what it means to work for what you want. Community college students are naturally hard workers. For me, I learned hard work early on. I grew up on a tobacco farm, and I want to tell you that is some hard work. There's always something that has to be done on a farm, and it always makes you hot and sweaty. There are no air conditioners in tobacco fields in North Carolina, and it's hot in North Carolina in the summer. Am I right? My family was poor, and neither my mother nor my father had finished high school. We didn't have a lot of money, but as a child, and at the time, I didn't know that, one of the greatest gifts that my parents ever gave me was that they let me just be a child, and they sheltered me from their grown-up worries about money and how to pay the bills. I tell people that I learned how to type. I'm a really fast typist. I learned how to type because my daddy told me if I could learn how to type, I could work in an office, I wouldn't have to work in tobacco, and I'd have air conditioning. So I became the fastest typer in North Carolina, kid you not. I won awards at State Future Business Leaders of America right here in Winston-Salem. I didn't grow up here, but that's where the state contests were. And then I got a job working in the office at the mill. It might not have been the best job ever, but you know what? It had air conditioning. Those early years of my life taught me the value of hard work. It taught me that if you want something bad enough and you are willing to work hard enough for it, you can achieve it. That simple principle has carried me far. I was a first-generation, low-income student like so many of you that I spoke with right before this ceremony. I didn't have people at home who necessarily could help me understand how to go to college, but I knew that I wanted that, and I knew that I needed that. I had dreams, and I instinctively knew that education could help me create a pathway to achieving my dreams. I also had some pretty great teachers and counselors in high school who supported me, encouraged me, and guided me through the application and the financial aid process and all the paperwork. But even still, even with their support, earning that first degree was not easy for me. It took a lot of perseverance and an awful lot of hard work. In the end, all of that work, however, created the foundation that would undergird the rest of my life and my career. Ultimately, working hard and earning that very first degree led me to my first community college and eventually to the presidency here at Forsyth Tech. Graduates, never be afraid to work hard. It's worth it. Second, stay humble. It takes hard work to be successful, and sometimes when you achieve success, it can be easy to let that success go to your head. Don't let it. You may be successful, but there's a good chance that others have helped you along the way, and without them, you would not have been able to achieve as much. I'm sure that we can all think of examples of people who achieved great success and they convinced themselves that they were somehow invincible because of the power that maybe came with that success. When I was growing up, I told you that I didn't realize I was poor, not as a young child anyway. However, as I got older, it became apparent that my circumstances were not necessarily the same as my friends. My mother couldn't afford to buy me the most expensive jeans. And when I turned 16 and my friends were getting cars, my daddy told me I could drive the tractor to school, but that was about it. Of course, there were times when I witnessed people with education and more success treat other people differently. We've seen that, right? I've witnessed that many times as I moved through my career. People who make it to the top and somehow think that means that somehow they're better than other people. I've also seen times where those powerful people made a mistake and not one person was there to help them. Their power and sometimes arrogance had separated them from everyone else. And when they fell hard because there was no one there to help ease their fall. Humility reminds us that we are human. Don't let success or power go to your head. Remember your roots. Remember where you came from and what you've learned along the way. Graduates, be humble and treat everyone with dignity and respect because your success will never make you better than anyone else, and people are looking at you to be role models. Third, be kind. Again, that sounds really simple. Just be kind. Just be nice. Treat people kindly. I suggest to you that kindness is power. There's even research that affirms that. Research shows that being kind to others can actually make us genuinely happy. It's a physical thing because the act of being kind activates an area in your brain that's called the striatum, and that's an area that responds to things that we find rewarding. Research also shows that the kindest people are the most likely to thrive and to enable others to thrive. Graduates, take the time to be genuinely and authentically kind to others. And finally, my last credo for life, make a difference. To illustrate this point, I have a quote from an author named Mark Sanborn. This quote is actually from a graduation speech that this author gave. He said, "The marks in life we leave, our legacies, are most often left not in stone or steel, in history and politics, in poetry or literature, but rather in the lives of other people." This message resonates very strongly to me personally. I think it goes back to my childhood. My family didn't have a lot of money, but yet I felt so very wealthy. I grew up with people all around me who loved me unconditionally and took time to pour into my life in positive and affirming ways. People who took time to teach me the values of hard work and humility and kindness. People who made a difference in my life and instilled in me the fervent desire to make a difference in other people's lives. We all have just a finite amount of time to write our life story and our journey through life. I believe that the best use of that time is when we live our life so that our legacies are not tied to physical objects or material structures, but rather our legacies are seen in the lives of the people, the communities, the businesses, the things that we have touched, and the places where our touch has indeed made a difference. Graduates, I encourage all of you to live a life that leaves the world a better place because of the difference that you have made. Like many of you, I had a lot of odds that were stacked against me. I'm not a famous person who's done anything to be left in the history books. I do believe that I came a long way from that tobacco farm in Milton, North Carolina. And I do know that I had to overcome a lot to get here, just like so many of you, because I know your stories too. I know that many of your stories are even greater challenges than what I faced, and that you have faced extraordinary barriers and obstacles, including COVID-19, a global pandemic, an unprecedented worldwide health crisis, and you did all of that so that you could make it here today to this stage. You have persevered through your circumstances, and some circumstances that I can't even imagine, but yet you are here, you have done it, you have earned your degree, and you are better prepared for your future and for whatever life holds for you along the way. My encouragement to you is don't stop here. Work hard, stay humble, be kind, make a difference. I'm going to close with the definition of success as framed by Ralph Waldo Emerson. He said, "Success is to laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition, to know that even one life has breathed easier because you have lived, this is to have succeeded." Congratulations, class of 2020.
Thank you, Dr. Spriggs, for those amazing pieces of wisdom. Dr. Spriggs, as the Chief Academic Officer at Forsyth Technical Community College, I present these candidates to you on the recommendation of our faculty for conferral of their degrees, diplomas, and certificates. Graduates, please remain seated until the marshals indicate that your row should come forward. Ladies and gentlemen, we will recognize each graduate by name. Please keep your applause brief so we can hear each name as it is called. We will have time after all the graduates have been recognized to celebrate. Michelle Shanks, Nonprofit Leadership and Management. Satin Seegers. Jennifer Moreta Ramirez. Guillermo Torres Martinez, honors. Nikayla Comer. Ragda El Ibrahim, honors. Camille Siddle, honors. Veronica Brown. Juan Bibiano. Tara Hines. Stephen George. Terry Shadeg. Elizabeth Tarnowski, high honors. Shantae Graham. Theresa Cole.
Thank you.
Brandy Hunter.
Now, boo, boo. Boo, boo.
Sion Winburn. Jennifer Kalilung, honors. Denise Canty. Mercy Reyes. Michelle Burnett. Alejandro Patino Miraz. Crystal Cox, honors. Kenyetta Jeter. Darlene Austin. Anita McRae. Nashyla Lockhart. Lachey Bowler. Lena Lozada. Antonia Hewling.
Just remain standing if you'd like, because I'm going to ask the rest of them to stand with you. Okay. Will all the students who are earning an Associate in Arts, Associate in Science, Associate in Fine Arts, Associate in Engineering, Associate in General Education, or an Associate in Applied Science degree, diploma, or certificate, please rise for the conferral. This is the part, Guillermo, wherever you are. You ready? Okay. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the great state of North Carolina, the State Board of Community Colleges, the Board of Trustees of Forsyth Technical Community College, and our esteemed Forsyth Tech faculty, I hereby confer upon you the degrees, diplomas, and certificates that you have earned with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations, graduates. You may now move your tassel. It might have taken us a long time to get to that moment, but it was worth it. You're there. Please be seated. It is my privilege to congratulate once again our graduates. Would everyone please join me one more time in more applause for these amazing graduates? Graduates, today we've taken the time to honor your achievements, your hard work, and your perseverance. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and all of the staff and faculty at Forsyth Technical Community College, it has been our great honor and a great privilege to be a part of the journey with you and to help you create a pathway to your dreams. We believe that the education that you have received here has better prepared you for whatever your future holds. I encourage you to continue your education. Never stop learning and never stop seeking more knowledge. One of my favorite authors, the incomparable Dr. Seuss, said, "The more that you read, the more things you will know, and the more that you learn, the more places you'll go." Your education and your continued pursuit of lifelong learning will make your life rich and rewarding. This concludes our 2020 commencement celebration. Thank you and congratulations one more time to our graduates. Please stand and remain standing until our platform guests, our graduates, have completed the recessional.